Hello, I'm Rebecca, and I just wanted to do a short introductory recording to welcome you to the channel and the group and to explain a little bit about my background. So, I am what I would class as a history nerd. I love history, I've always loved history. I remember um, from many years ago how interested I was in the past. And one of my earliest memories is just loving old things, old people, seeing how things were back in the olden days. And as time has gone on, I have loved different aspects of history. I've been really into the Georgians, the Iron Age, the Tudors, of course, Victorians, and modern history, the 1970s, the 1940s. Even the 1980s is now coming um, into the realm of interest with a lot of history enthusiasts. So, why are we all here? Why have I created this group? Well, over the years, I've just gathered information. I have read, researched, been to hundreds of museums and historical locations, and I've just absorbed all of that information. I have some low level qualifications in history, but I'm not qualified in the subject. I'm not a qualified historian, but I just have a genuine passion and love for it. And I would like to share all those bits that I have gathered with other people. And as I am getting older and I have health concerns, my cognitive ability is not what it used to be. I can't retain things like I used to, and I can't remember things like I used to. And I want to share what I've learned over the past and also learn from other people who might be like me, who have been sponges, collected information all their life about historical events or time periods. And I want to learn from what they've discovered as well. We also welcome academics, people who are very well versed, very experienced in the field as well, because all knowledge is good. And when we look at history, we sometimes find things that we are pretty certain of fact, and we have to bridge that gap with some poetic license in a way. And how we do that is using our own skills and knowledge and understanding and looking at other people who are experts in the field for their knowledge and understanding, so we can create a picture of what's likely to have happened between the facts. So it's important to gather information from a number of resources. I work for an amazing charity who help people learn about new things. And I also work in HR, but I am a voluntary director of an organisation which looks after people who feel lonely and isolated, and this group really fits into that for me. So we support two sections of the community, so young people who are mainly secondary school age, who aren't in school either because of unmet needs or because of being home educated. And also supporting those who feel lonely and isolated, who feel for whatever reason they don't feel like they can leave their homes or interact with other people on a physical level. And I think throughout our lives, especially since COVID, we've all felt a bit like that. We've all felt a bit lonely and isolated at times. And being humans, generally, we want to connect with other people. So, as part of this, as part of sharing knowledge, I also run a Facebook group which has not long been going, and it's small membership at the moment, but hopefully in time we'll have lots more. And as part of that Facebook group, we will be exploring projects, and those projects we'll be doing together. And people can participate as much as they like. They can throw themselves in, or they can sit on the sidelines and just watch and look at what other people have learned and discovered. So, for example, we have many projects that I've got planned. Currently looking, because we're near Halloween, it's currently October, looking at local women and men who were accused of being witches, looking at the Hopkins witch trials, Um, really digging into that, finding out the history and why it happened, and encouraging people to research themselves and bring back to the group what they found. And it's a completely online group presently. You don't have to physically interact with people if you don't feel you want to. And hopefully at the end of the period of time that we've set for our project, we will be able to come back and feed back to each other. And people are already starting to do that, finding information they've discovered and feeding it back. And for those who feel that they want to be part of something but they don't feel they can leave their house at the present, or they feel lonely and isolated, because sometimes we leave our house and we go to our day-to-day life, but we can still feel quite lonely. It creates a shared interest amongst people, and hopefully that people will start to feel connected and part of something. And then for our younger individuals, I would say that anyone over the age of 13 can be involved. History can be pretty brutal. Some of the subjects we talk about are quite can be distressing, because things have happened in the past that are horrible, and it's important that we address that and we understand that. So 13 and over is sort of the recommended age, and for our younger people who aren't in school, it's a way of accessing history still and bringing it to you as a younger person, teaching research skills, understanding things from our past, and hopefully for any age person who's on the group who follows this channel, discovering something they didn't know and finding an interest. One of my favourite things about history is that you will look at a subject and you will see something that catches your eye, and it might not even be related, it might have just been seen as part of your research, and you go off down rabbit holes and you find information, and then history comes to life, especially if you can relate it back to you or your local area, your house, or your family. It really makes more sense. So I hope that gives you an understanding of why the group is here, and my own experience and knowledge. And it's also a warning, I'm not a qualified historian. Everything I talk about is from my own personal research, which is extensive, but we do also have people in our group who are qualified historians as well. So I hope you enjoy the group, I hope you enjoy the channel. If there's anything you want to learn about that you want us to research for you, then that is absolutely fine. Just feedback as you want to. Thank you very much and have a lovely day.